Hey, hey, happy Thursday evening in the US. I am so thrilled you're here because I am talking about how do you turn defeat into success. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, really, if you're doing anything in life, you are going to suffer defeat. But the point is to not let it get the best of you, to not let it beat you down to the point where you just give up. If you're an entrepreneur and you are out there putting your dreams, trying to make your dreams happen, putting yourself out there, connecting with people, trying to get people to sign up with you if you're like a coach, or people to buy your products. If you sell a physical product, you're going to encounter defeat. It is a part of life. But today, stick with me to the end because I'm going to share 4 steps for turning that defeat into success and a success mindset so that you can keep doing what you love, so that you can keep making your dreams happen and you don't give up on yourself or your dreams. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Christine Parma, and I help ambitious entrepreneurs build profitable businesses they love without sacrificing everything that matters most to them along the way. You could find out more about me at christineparma.com. And if you have a comment or question as I'm going through this live stream video, please do comment below. I'm happy to answer it either live or on the replay. So let's think about defeat for a second. What are some ways that defeat can show up in your life, especially if you're, like me and you're an entrepreneur and you're in the business of putting your hard work out into the world and serving people at a really deep level with whatever you do. So, defeat may show up in the form of making a video like this and nobody watches it or nobody interacts with it, or pouring your heart into your product or your service and making an offer to somebody to sign up for your program or sign up to work with you, and you hear crickets. Nobody signs up. Or you get on the phone with a potential client and you think it's just perfect. You found the perfect ideal client, you hit it off, everything's going great, and in the end, you make the ask and she says no. And you're dumbfounded. You're not quite sure why. So, or that you put, a lot of time and effort into creating something, creating a product, and you're out there, you're advertising it, you're trying to sell it, and nobody's buying. So, these are some situations where defeat can show up in your life and in your entrepreneurial journey, and they will show up. The first thing is let's not be Pollyanna about it. Defeat is going to happen. You're going to suffer setbacks, but it's what you do with those setbacks that matters most. It's going to matter most to your sense of happiness, your sense of yourself, and it's also going to make a huge difference in your future business going forward. Hi, Terry. Good to see you. So let's get on to step number 1. Step number 1 when you suffer a setback or a defeat is really to review and evaluate. As soon as that setback happens, you need to look at, okay, what happened here? If you put 100% effort into something and it just did not fly, it did not go according to plan, what happened? Can you identify someplace along the journey that things maybe got a little off track? Maybe you made a decision that didn't really turn out the way you wanted it to. Maybe you had an intuition or a gut feeling to do something and you went against your intuition, because somebody else told you it was a good idea to do it a different way, or, don't do that, nobody does it that way, so you have to do it this way, and then it didn't work out. So what went wrong? Not even what went wrong, but like what went right too. So don't just include what went wrong, but look at the things that actually worked, because usually within anything that goes wrong, a defeat, there are certain things that happen that did go right. So if you had a great conversation with a potential client and she ended up saying no at the end, you probably can identify parts of that conversation where you were really connecting with your ideal client. Maybe it, got to the end and you chickened out on asking her to sign up with you, to work with you, or to enroll in your program. You didn't actually make a specific ask, for example. A lot of us in the sales conversations can have a great conversation with somebody and connect with them deeply, but then at the end you're afraid to make the ask because you're asking for them to make the commitment, and you're asking for money. And a lot of people kind of chicken out. They hope that the other person will just be so wowed by the conversation and the connection that they say, "Hey, Christine, how do I sign up to work with you? How do we get started?" I mean, that would be ideal, right? If your ideal clients were constantly saying, "How do I work with you? I love you. I want more of you. And I want to pay you for it." That's ideal, but that rarely happens. Your potential client may be thinking, "I wonder why she didn't ask me to sign up. Maybe she doesn't like me. Maybe she doesn't think I'm a good client." Terry says you have to be able to close the deal. Absolutely. So you have to make the ask. So are you asking for the business? And if you are asking, is there something in the ask or in the way that you're positioning your value or your offer that isn't really connecting with your dream clients? Maybe your ask or your offer isn't really addressing the urgent problems that whoever you want to attract, that they have, or giving them the dream solution that they really want. Maybe what you're offering is awesome, but it's just not for them. And I'm sure whatever you're offering is awesome, but it may not be a right fit for the people who are listening at that moment or the people who you're talking to. So you may need to adjust your offer. You need to evaluate and look at what happened here. So that's step one. Step two is to look for the hidden lessons in the defeat. So I am a huge believer in constant learning. I mean, life is learning, right? I mean, I hope it's learning for you, and you're looking for the lessons in whatever happens in your life and how to use that to create the life that you want to have. How you use those lessons to create the business that you want to have. So when you're looking at a particular defeat, say no one bought your, course or program, what are the lessons there? Go back to where do things kind of go off track, but what are the lessons you can learn? I mean, there are infinite, I think, lessons to learn from any defeat. The questions you want to ask yourself around any setback is, what did I learn about myself? Because you're going to learn a lot about yourself, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're out there putting your hard work into the world and you're taking risks and you're making the asks. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. So what did you learn about yourself with regards to this particular setback? Number two, what did you learn about your audience or the people that you serve or the people that you were making the offer to? What did you learn about them? And number three, what can you do about it? What can you do about the defeat right now? And that really gets into step three, which is taking action. What can you do about it now? There is always something you can do. Now, you can't control what other people do, but you can control what you do, what action you take. Is this making sense to y'all? If it is, say yes in the comments below. I just want to make sure that what I'm sharing with you is making sense to you. So the third step is taking action. So that is really about not staying stuck in the setback, not staying stuck in the defeat and the negative energy and the negative mindset that can result in. Terry says yes. Okay, I'm so glad it's making sense. So, you need to decide, and this is all, the same, hopefully the same day that the defeat happens. It can carry over into the next day, but what actions are you going to take now? What actions can you take in order to get yourself back into a positive mindset and positive momentum? So let's say, for example, you had that awesome conversation with a potential client and she said no. You could reach out to that potential client and say, would you be willing to give me some feedback on why you didn't sign up with me, or why you didn't enroll in my program? I'm looking for honest feedback. And a lot of people are more than happy to do that. Number one, you're taking positive action. So you're creating some positive momentum to kind of get you out of the spin of that defeat or that setback. Number two, you're probably going to learn something really, really valuable from the person who said no to you. It may be that you simply didn't address one of her concerns, or you didn't answer a particular question. It could be that your offer was off and it didn't really connect with her. Or, it may be that you didn't position the value strongly enough of what you do. So it could be a lot of things, or it could be something personal on her end that you just simply can't control. There's the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So it can be a situation where you're offering an amazing value, you did everything right with your offer, you made the ask, and you still got a no because the other person's limiting beliefs or thinking kept them from, or another set of circumstances. So what action can you step into right now that will help move you forward and kind of jumpstart your positive energy and your positive momentum? So I promise you, beating yourself up around a defeat or a setback is not going to do you anything good. It's not going to result in anything good. It's not going to make a positive difference in your life. And there is a big difference between looking back at something that happened that didn't go your way and reviewing it and evaluating it and taking the lessons from it and moving into action versus constantly beating yourself up, saying, I knew I wasn't good enough, this wasn't going to work, I suck, this is horrible, and staying in that negative energy. You've got to get into the positive energy and the positive momentum so you don't give up on your dreams, so you can keep being of service, which beautifully segues into step number 4. Oh, Terry says, people have to buy you before they buy from you. Absolutely. It's the know, like, and trust factor. So, a no today doesn't necessarily mean it's a no forever. I have definitely said no to invitations, to join programs or courses or work with somebody, but I'm still on that person's email list, and I'm still, reading their blog posts and paying attention, and maybe it's just something that wasn't the right timing for me. So a no today doesn't necessarily mean a no forever. So keep that in mind. Thank you for bringing that up, Terry. But step number 4 is refocus on being of service and your big why for doing what you're doing. So when you suffer this setback and you've evaluated what happened and you've identified a couple of lessons that you can draw from the experience, and you've decided on what action steps you're going to take, and actually getting into the action right then too, so you can create the positive momentum. The final step is for switching your mindset is to refocus on service. If you are an entrepreneur and you are out there putting your hard work into the world, I bet you one of your big reasons for doing that, for making the leap into being an entrepreneur, is that you want to help people. Truly, you really, truly want to help people. You want to make a big difference in a lot of people's lives. You rejoice when your clients get amazing results, when you help heal their physical illness, or you help them sign up more clients or create their signature program like I do, or raise their visibility and so that they can connect with more of their ideal clients. Whatever it is that you do, you rejoice in your client's success. So tap back into that energy and then take the next step by doing something to be of service. To be of service to your potential clients, to be of service, if it's just to the world, to your community, maybe you volunteer, because it makes you feel good. right? And when you are feeling good, it's really hard to be thinking negative thoughts, right? Because the feeling really precedes the thinking. So reconnect with your service, with your reason for being of service, with your big why for whatever it is that you're doing, and then get into being of service so that you can create more of that positive energy and that positive momentum that will help you turn your defeat into success, and a success mindset that will propel you forward in your life, in your business, over the next days, the next weeks, and the years to come. Terry says true. Yes. So when you get back to connecting with why it's important that you're doing what you're doing, and you move into action around that, that is really going to make a huge difference around not staying stuck in defeat and not letting a setback get the best of you and get the best of you for too long. So, and continuing with the theme of being of service, I have put together a series of masterclass trainings for July that are, I call them budget-friendly business growth trainings for busy entrepreneurs. And I have priced them at a level that is affordable for everyone. If you are looking to be able to connect with more of your ideal clients and close more sales, and do things like use storytelling to authentically express who you are and to deeply connect with your ideal clients, then you really need to take a look at the masterclasses that I've put together. If you just type class in the comments below, I will send you the link to get more information on the masterclasses that will be happening in July, and you can have the opportunity to sign up. And if you sign up before Friday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, I have a special promotion going on so that you can make this summer, this July, your most profitable summer month yet, and that you can really see a big forward momentum in your business very, very quickly. These master classes are designed with fluff free, I like to call it, because I know you're busy. I know you have a lot going on, and there are hundreds of different things you could be doing in your life and in your business. And so I've designed the master classes to be focused trainings, about an hour long, with an opportunity. They're live, so you have the opportunity to ask your questions and get them answered, and resources that go along with the master class to help you implement what you learn. Because learning in itself is great, except if you're in business for yourself. If you learn a lot of things and you don't actually implement them, this also goes for life, but if you don't actually implement them, then it doesn't really make a difference in your life or in your business. So implementation is key, and that's how these master classes are designed to be, is to get you quickly into implementation, if not right then, like right away after that. Alexa says, looking forward to the master classes. Awesome, Alexa. Well, make sure you sign up before Friday at midnight so that you can get the special promotion too. Again, if you want to get more information or learn about that, just type class in the comments here below. I made it really simple. I have my little Christine bot set up to send you the link so that you can get it. Even if I'm sleeping, you can get the information. So I invite you to join me or to check it out, check out the masterclasses. This is one of the ways of being of service that I am trying out, because I want to be able to serve more people on a bigger scale, even if they're, really have limited time and limited money to invest in themselves, in their business. So Alexa says, class, awesome. I would love to be of service to you. And if I can be of service in any other way, please let me know. You can type it in the comments below or contact me on Facebook, send me a private message. I am always open to opportunities to be of service. So it's all I have for y'all this evening. I hope you go back and watch this video again. Actually, I'll give you a quick review of the 4 steps of how to turn defeat into success. Number 1 is to review and evaluate. What happened? What's the truth about the situation? Number 2, what are the lessons that you learned from this setback? What did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about your audience? And what can you do about it now? What action can you get into? Which is step number 3, is to take immediate action to get you back into positive forward momentum, so you don't stay stuck in that negative mindset, in that kind of like it's like that whirlwind of defeat. And number 4, finally, is to refocus on being of service and really reconnect with your big why for doing whatever it is that you're doing. That's how you turn defeat into success. If you liked this video, if you can think of somebody who could use hearing this message right now, maybe they've suffered a defeat or a setback recently and they could really use some inspiration and motivation, I would be honored if you would share it with them. You can just simply click the share button and share it out to your friends. I really appreciate it. And I will be back next week with the next really focused mindset reset and also practical business strategies to help you grow your business and build a business that you love and create a life that you love even more. So take care and always shine brilliantly. Bye-bye.